On to our top story at this hour, a joint meeting of SCOPA and the Portfolio Committee on Social Development seeking to find solutions to the SASSA debacle has been adjourned until tomorrow. The meeting took off on a rough note as members of parliament sought answers from the Social Development Minister Bathabile Dlamini regarding the appointment of a new service provider to issue SASSA grants. Members of parliament came out guns blazing against the minister as they demanded to know why the post office has not been appointed. Members of parliament accused the minister of deliberately stalling the process. The minister came under fire following her announcement yesterday that SASSA has not reached an agreement with the South African Post Office. The minister said SAPO did not have full capacity to take over the payment of grants from cash paymaster services from the 1st of April. Dlamini said SASSA will use an open tender process on November 3rd to find other providers to take up the work that the Post Office cannot provide. The joint sitting to seek information on the progress that SASSA has made regarding the phasing out of the cash paymaster services and the appointment of the South African Post Office as an alternative service provider.
Yes, there was an engagement with the post office, and the report I received is that post office said they are sticking to the letter that was written by the CEO of the post office to the CEO of SASSA. The post office officials said they stood by the letter that was written to SASSA by the Chief Executive Officer of the post office.
And meanwhile, Mark Barnes, who's the CEO of the South African Post Office, told the Joint Committee that they are ready to take up the work.
We can produce and deliver the cards in terms of our contract with Jamalta. We'll name them now because it's in the CSR report, which is a public document. We can produce 2 million cards after 8 weeks, and after that, after the card design has been approved, 2 million cards every 3 weeks. We do therefore have the capacity to produce the cards. And that capacity has been agreed with Jamalta, and their contract is available if you wish to inspect it. We've got 2,500 points of representation, which no one else has. So whatever your distribution capability is, we can enhance that by that many points of payment. In the spirit of collaboration, we sit here offering to accept an appointment to provide the banking and card production services, which will require the integrated system development that we have. And we would argue that at a minimum, those go to the core capabilities that the post office can offer.
The Treasury Director General Dondo Mokhochane said they're happy to assist with the process to avoid further delays.
SASSA then wrote to us asking for a deviation. What deviation was it for? It was deviation to engage with SAPO, which we duly granted. And then so that we didn't want to be seen to be stalling the process. Basically, that process was undertaken in July, and SAPO, as we heard this morning, was then confirmed, and discussion between SAPO and SASSA took place. A due diligence process was therefore undertaken, as the CEO of SAPO indicated, and he was reading some extracts from the report. So and as I said, it's something that we're behind and looking at very closely in terms of what can emerge out of that process.
Now let's take another look at SAPO's rationale as to why they feel they are equipped to do the job. First, SAPO CEO Mark Barnes told Parliament that as a solution aggregator, SAPO can prevent duplication of investment by the government. He said with 5.7 million customers, SAPO is one of the highest capitalized banks. Barnes said SAPO does on an average 14 million transactions per month. He said the Post Bank has net assets of 3 billion rand in cash, and Barnes further told the sitting that SAPO has 2,500 payment points across the country. He also said that SAPO can issue cards and prevent the deduction of debit orders. He concluded by saying SAPO's net upgrade will cost them 500 million rand and that they have the cash for it.